Just kind of thought about the idea of sobriety. Getting sober and, more importantly, staying sober is, basically a fight for your life, where you really have to go toe-to-toe with your addiction. I made the decision to beat my addiction to death, and I'm still alive because of it. Let's see. I have a solid 17, 18-year drinking career under my belt. I'm an alcoholic.
Yeah, I'm 20 years old. I'm a recovering opiate addict.
I was then given prescriptions of OxyContin, morphine, Percocets, any kind of combination they could think of. And by the end of 2014, I had tried heroin. By the end of 2014, I had tried heroin. At the time, a family member was already using. She basically said that, it's a lot cheaper than prescription medicine.
Drugs weren't really my thing. Big booze, huh? I think 2006, 7, something like that. Went down to Biloxi, Mississippi after Hurricane Katrina. Rebuilt houses. Lived in a FEMA trailer for a good year and a half. We'd remodel and get hammered. Remodel, get hammered. My drinking increased exponentially.
You use with these people, and a lot of times you have traumatic experiences with these people. I had a good friend who I used with who overdosed in my house.
If it's not one thing, it's another. Having to find money to be able to support your habit, regardless of what it was. And at that point, when it became over $100 a day habit, it didn't matter what I did to get the money. And that there itself was horrible.
3 DUIs, 3 states over the course of the last 15 years, and this last one just jacked everything up. But I drove from North Carolina back to Kentucky, where I lived, drunk as hell the entire time. I got a DUI 20 minutes from my house, and that was the beginning of the end.
My daughter, she seen me, go to jail for almost 6 months. Now anytime I leave, she's wanting to know where I'm going, how long I'm going to be. She's like a mother figure. Where are you going? What are you doing? She's just scared that I might leave again.
When I was 18, I got picked up on an OVI. I also got a possession charge, but that got dropped. I had a series of driving under suspensions. I caught another possession charge about a year later and went to Butler County Jail, spent 5 months in there.
There was Jekyll and Hyde, the way I kind of look at it. There was the work, 16 hours a day, every day, for 22 days, and then you get a week off. Those were my deployment schedules. So I would go on pretty good binges, and you do that enough, and that eventually carries over to whereas you don't. You basically stay drunk to a certain point, to a certain extent.
When you're a kid, you're never like, oh, I'm definitely doing drugs when I get older. But I'd think about it, and I'd think like, well, I wouldn't even know where to get anything. And it's so like once you know people and once you've met people, you know them. Just go to Azle Avenue, walk up and down the street, ask somebody, they'll have something. And sure enough, I walked up the street, asked somebody for something, and they knew exactly where it was at.
Just the traditional story of going from pain medication to heroin.
I would go from AA classes, AA groups, straight to a liquor store. Thousands of dollars that I've spent on my decisions and my behavior. You can get money back. Yeah. I can't get 10 days in Butler County back. You're eventually going to get to the point where enough is taken from you to whereas you're done having things taken from you. The consequences are real enough to where you're done doing what you did, or you're gonna slowly kill yourself.
I had a buddy, an old friend of mine, when I was using, ask me why I wanted to be a statistic. And I started thinking about that.
Like, I never thought in a million years I'd be here. I never thought in a million years I would become a statistic with being a heroin user.
The main statistic that I don't want to be involved with is the statistic of people who have passed away from use. I was in front of the same judge five or six times in 1 year. So that's when I asked for treatment, because when I was stuck in jail, yeah, I got clean, but I wasn't at all in the mindset of, well, I'm going to get out and I'm going to change my life.
I was released and I literally walked from the jail to the CBH center and got everything set up. A couple of days into the program, it was everything that I needed.
A lot of people look at CBH as a sentence. I looked at it as an opportunity. But I walked in there with an open mind and a positive attitude, and I looked at those people as my friends.
I've seen my life come back together for the better just as quickly as it fell apart, if not quicker. So my goal is to just continue the path I'm on, stay sober, stay working.
It's slow, but it's been going really good. I just recently bought my first car that I could say I paid for myself. I'm on my way to getting my own place for me and my daughter.
I spend a lot of time with my music, writing it, recording it, mixing and mastering, all that. I can get a lot of my emotions out, my feelings out in the music.
There's a whole lot of adult development emotionally that I drank away that I'm now refining. I'm now getting back.
So I've been clean off of everything, including marijuana, for about almost 3 months now. I've been clean off of anything besides marijuana for 6 months.
This is 200 days sober right now, today.
I'm celebrating 9 months clean.
I've had a lot of people judge me. I'm out to prove them wrong.
What better time than now? What better place than here?